Hi everyone. We're gonna be doing interviews while walking the pups on the farm, taking the pups for a walk on the farm, and thus a very in the moment interactive interview as you take a walk with us in nature along with Bella and or Hero. In today's video interview, I'd like to clarify a particular point that I've noticed is quite common in some beings, especially within the starting of process, that becomes a bit overzealous, and in that rush of self-experience within seeing and realizing and understanding certain points within self and reality, one tend to lose touch with reality and go into an energetic high, which obviously in that step one up into the mind instead of utilizing practical common sense. So one of these points are, for example, where beings realize, see or understand the extent of influence of, for example, media, television and music in relation to self, the mind, one's behaviors, how one reacts towards it, and how it is utilized for conditioned education into the world system, money, relationships, family, the whole mind consciousness system of consciousness, and plays on one's pre-programming, personalities, and all of that. So now the point is to be watchful of is to attempt to try and go into ego, wherein one completely ban or deny or ignore any form of media such as televisions, magazines, music, things like that. Staying away from it is not the answer, is not the key to solving the existence of it, nor finding a solution for self's relationship towards it, in who self is in relation to music, media, magazines. If you find, for example, that you have an addiction towards it, yes, I mean, it's cool to assert yourself, to release yourself from that addiction, to stop participating in it for a while, just so to walk through that addiction. But one is going to have to face it in real time. One's going to have to face magazines, media, music within oneself and one's world to ensure that that relationship of separation towards it and how it defined aspects of self's personality, pre-program and mind consciousness system, to release that definition, that relationship of consciousness, so that eventually one is able to stand with media, magazines, music, and be able to direct it within practical common sense, equality and oneness. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it per se, it's simply the starting point of how it's at the moment utilized. And that starting point is because of our starting point and who we are. Therefore, and it's with everything so within this world, we're not going to get anywhere with making claims about it being bad or wrong, negative. That's putting the blame or responsibility on the media itself, music itself, when there's nothing wrong with it per se, it's in who we are within it. So, for those that have gone into the extreme of ego in the sense of denying, blaming, refuting the media, music and magazines, I suggest to reconsider your participation in it and simply utilize it as a resource to assist and support you in your process of releasing you from your pre-programmed personalities. See what personalities those various aspects of reality, validate or justify that's keeping you locked into consciousness, the mind consciousness, the conscious, subconscious and unconscious mind. Utilize what is within your world and your reality as an opportunity to assist and support self to see or look beyond the veil. I mean, one can utilize media, music, magazines to really push one in one's process quantumly, because you can, for example, take what happens in movies, the news, TV series, things like that. Check what are the reactions within you towards people, towards stories, towards situations that manifest or play out in front of you, that you read. You can, while you're reading magazines, look at words, look at pictures. I mean, there's a whole database within media, television and music that you can utilize to assist and support you to move quantumly within your process. And the most important thing to see, realize and understand is to not blame media, magazines and music. We have to eventually change all of that, and we can only do that within common sense, self-honesty, within what's best for all, equality and oneness, if we've changed ourselves first in relation to or towards it, to eventually one day change it into a form that is assistive and supportive for all, equal and one. Okay, thank you very much.